Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to NASCAR Racing 2003 season, the Full Circle Racing Designs 22 Next Gen mod here for 50 laps at Martinsville. Denny Hamlin on the pole. We are in row 4 on the inside in our number 39 Tides of Avarice Camaro. Brandon a few rows back on the outside in that A-Shock Toyota and looking for advancement, and Denny Hamlin on the pole takes the green flag. We'll be right behind Joey Logano as we filter into turn number 1. We don't want to go 3 wide. Brandon a little bit on edge back there as Denny Hamlin takes the point, and yellow flag is already out. We will take a look at what brought out that caution as we hug that yellow line on the bottom and see if we can get Ryan Blaney. Not quite, but we will line up behind Ryan Blaney here, and let's see what brought out that caution. Lap 1, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. gets just a little off the groove. Kevin Harvick pushes him around, forces him into the line. There's Cole Custer, and a log jam. The 45 of Kurt Busch gets upended, and everyone trying to get by on the outside. So there will be some cars with damage that will re-rack us up, and we are, oh wow, Michael McDowell maybe looking to come to pit road, forces Tyler Reddick into that inside wall. Timmy Hill with just a little tap to finish things off. What a cluster on the first lap. Coming to lap 8, lining up in 6th place behind Ryan Blaney with a few cars already 1 lap down, so that's going to make Denny Hamlin's entrance into turn 1 a little bit sketch. Brandon right behind us, and green flag is back out. Denny Hamlin leads us into turn 1, and we can indeed take the bottom here. Hamlin completes that pass on the lap cars, the 41 of Custer and the 34 of McDowell. Fighting back on the outside are the Hendrick boys of Elliott and Larson. Joey Logano looks to the inside, comes down across our nose just a little bit. We'll keep it down and clear of Blaney, and yellow flag is back out once again. Lap 8, turn 3 and 4, Kyle Busch right into the rear bumper of Brandon, gets him turned around. Brandon with a flying 360, gathers it back up, and luckily the yellow came out fairly quick, so Brandon didn't lose any positions. Coming to lap 14, 1 spot better up in 5th. Denny Hamlin still leads, and those 2 cars on that inside did not get their lap back, waiting on the starter to wave the green flag, and we are back racing at Martinsville looking for the same move on Joey Logano down to the inside, and we'll follow those lap cars down around the bottom, and 3 wide. Hamlin forced up top with McDowell and Cole Custer fighting for that spot. Hamlin gets a good run on the outside. Can he clear those lap cars going into turn 3? Cole Custer fighting back on that bottom, trying to get his lap back, and that's going to help us a bit, but what don't help is a active rear end as we put the power down and get that rear end out of the racetrack. But Cole Custer completes that pass on Denny Hamlin, but Hamlin fights back on that outside. Hamlin drives down to make the pass on the 41, and now Hamlin is going to set sail and really loose on the bottom, and the yellow flag is out once again. This was a weird one on lap 15. Todd Gilliland down to the inside. It looks like he just stabbed on the brake, got down, and that brought out the caution. So no contact, no spinning, and NASCAR seems to throw a happy flag. Coming to lap 21, nearing halfway, we made up that 1 spot on Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin still leads, but as you can see, the inside line is full of a bunch of cars that pitted and went 1 lap down. So this is going to be a little bit more tricksy. We can't just dive to the inside like we did in previous restarts with Suarez down there as well as Harrison Burton. Oh, Kyle Larson checks up a bit, trying to stay off of his teammate and Chase Elliott. We get the drive to the outside. Logano fighting 3 wide, trying to squeeze us up. We're still 3 wide with Logano on the bottom. We'll give him room down there as he and the Roush Fenway car of Brad Keselowski fights back. We wiggle off the corner. Eric Almirola down there, and the yellow flag is out once again. Lap 21, Brandon on the inside of Kyle Busch. Oh, Cindric gets into the back of Brandon, which forces Brandon up into the 18 of Kyle Busch. Turns 3 and 4 are not good for that Interstate Batteries Toyota, that is for sure. Coming to lap 28 in 7th, getting ready for yet another restart here. Cautions breeding cautions. Denny Hamlin still on the point, and Cindric trying to get to our inside on that initial start. Don't know what that's all about, but we'll be clear down the straightaway. But Harrison Burton down there missing his entire front end is going to fill that spot. Todd Gilliland behind Harrison Burton as we get the power down. Brandon on the inside of Cindric and clearing that lap traffic, or at least trying to. Cindric into our rear as we go around, and Cindric gets into our rear bumper, and no caution has come out. Interesting enough, trying to get it back under power. We lost a ton of spots there, but still under green, and everyone really checking up here. Let's try to find our way through, but we have a lot of ground to make after that spin from Cindric. And these guys are just really aggressive, and I see a cloud. That's our cloud. No worries. And this is the longest green flag run that we've had. Unfortunately, that should have been a caution, but not to be. We'll clear the 31 of Haley and a gaggle of cars in the middle of 3 and 4. Let's see if we can make our way forward. On 3X tire wear, that spin may have done terrible things to our tires. We'll feel this out and see if we can press the attack on Chase Briscoe here. Trying to make the pass on the 48 of Alex Bowman, who's trying to pass BJ MacLeod. Will take advantage under the 14 and the 48. And if BJ can get Bubba out of the groove, that will be awesome. See if we can follow him through. We complete the pass on that 48, moving forward just a bit. And BJ Wiggles gives us the bottom. We'll take it. See if we can get power down on the inside and indeed complete that pass before turn 3. Setting up to pass Bubba Wallace here. Pushing just a little bit off the corner, but free and clear of that 78 now. We can choose our battles a little bit more wisely. We don't have to push so hard. We wait for the time to be right, and down to the inside, this looks as good a time as any. On the binders down to that yellow line, hook that bottom into the grass just a little bit. Bubba gets a launch, but not enough, as we will get down into turn 1 and set sight on Christopher Bell. And clear of Bubba, we can get out to the wall and make some more forward progress. Tires are okay, not sliding. I still feel like I've got some tire under me, which is absolutely essential from corner exit. From the center off, we want that bite to launch down the straightaway. And of course, the longest green flag of the day is after we do a flying 360. Looks like Brandon is trapped there up behind Daniel Suarez in that 99. So if a bunch of guys are running side by side in front of us, they'll come back to us really quickly. As you can see, now we are knocking on the door. The 38 and the 20 have also made up a ton of time. Harvick on that outside of the 24, William Byron. Christopher Bell looks to the inside to pass Todd Gillen. We'll follow him through on the bottom. All clear on the mirror, so we have gapped those guys behind. So make a pass on the 38, set up for the 20. Down to the inside, Harvick forced to run outside of William Byron. We clip that curb just a little bit. Can we get enough power down? Yes, to stay beside Christopher Bell. And Harvick was looking tricksy to the inside of William Byron, last week's winner. He is guaranteed in, so a bad run for Byron doesn't really matter these days. And we'll follow Harvick through on the bottom, and that 21 is going to be a handful. Blocking Harvick up to the top will take advantage, past the 4, and get to the inside of the 21. Oh! We locked up the brakes just a little bit. That will bring out the caution. Let's get back to the start-finish line. And I don't know if pitting is going to be a thing or if we need to just run this thing out. Coming to lap 45 and 14th behind BJ MacLeod, looking in our rear. Looks to be Chase Briscoe perhaps, and there's the green flag. We're already basically a half a lap down. We need to start making these charges forward. Luckily with that win in Vegas, we are also guaranteed in. So I'm not too perplexed about a bad run, but I want to get everything we can out of it here. And I am surprised these tires are hanging on. We did not come to pit road. We would have lost 20 spots. So that would not be the best thing for us to do. Oh, MacLeod into our rear bumper as we're sliding. The tires have really gone away after 2 flying 360s. But if the 38 can choke up the 23, we'll be okay. One more spot to pass, and those leaders are going at it here. We'll have to see how things are shaking up with these cautions. To the inside of Bubba Wallace, try to get the run off the bottom, and he'll get pinned behind the 38. We'll take advantage. Oh, and wow, William Byron way out of the groove. That was a big wiggle, and the 21 slow as well. What in the gravy is really going on? We'll make the charge, and yellow flag is out. Down to the inside of Christopher Bell. Making that move on Eric Almirola, who rolls out of it. Have we taken the yellow? Why is everyone else so slow? We may have taken the yellow, and we'll have to give all of these spots back, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's see what brought out that caution. Lap 45 right behind us. Todd Gillen off the nose of Bubba Wallace just sends him flying, and you see the caution come out immediately as we were passing under the flag stand. And Denny Hamlin, after a dominant performance, loses this race to Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. 4th place, Ryan Blaney. 5th place, Brandon. 6th place, Joey Logano. 7th place, Austin Cindric. 8th place, Kevin Harvick. 9th place, us. Rounding out your top 10 is Eric Almirola. So on the initial start at lap 45, Chase Elliott with a massive run to the inside gets the run on Denny Hamlin, and the caution would come out just a few laps later, ending the race under caution. And this was the move that got Chase Elliott to the lead. A spirited battle side by side with Denny Hamlin, but with that caution coming out, there's nothing that Denny can do. And Kyle Larson even followed his teammate through on the bottom there. It was a hard-fought battle for Chase to get clear of Denny Hamlin, but he does so on lap 46, and the caution would come out 1 lap later. And that walk-off win is exactly what Chase needed to get to the final race in Phoenix, a championship contender. And Brandon, using points to get into the Final Four, clears Larson by 68, Hamlin by 69, Logano by 70, and Harvick by 81. So a very tight battle. If Brandon could have gotten a win, who knows what would have happened in that 4th place cut. But now it is heads up between myself and Brandon and the Hendrick teammates of William Byron and Chase Elliott. Looking at the rest of the field, Denny Hamlin 39 points clear of Larson to secure the 5th place in points. And then there was one Phoenix next week for all the marbles, but that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week for the final race of the season in Phoenix. Take care.